Hello, people. Welcome to the live section this moment, and we are trusting God for better. Good evening, or good afternoon, or morning, whatever part of the world that you are this moment and watching us. And then, of course, my name is Okonji Tina. I'm all about healthy relationship building, and of course, my interest is to see that every individual that come across my video on a daily basis develop some energy that want to make them do something better than they were doing before we met, right? So we are trusting God for a better network, and I know it's gonna be good. While we are waiting, we want to talk about how our day has been. My day has been a little hectic. And I try to come online as much as possible, oftentimes, and it's like there is no network, and I will switch off and I will come again. At this moment, I'm glad for the opportunity to be live again. Let's trust God that the people come. I don't want to talk to myself. I want to talk to as many people as possible. And so, we're looking at all God we do. Bam bam. Today's topic is on communication. Today's topic is on communication, and bam. I want to believe God that we get something from it. Communication is a vital aspect of human living, especially to couples, people in relationship, families, colleagues, classmates, business partners, name it. Whatever endeavor that you are running, you need to understand to communicate. Communication is very vital. Communication keeps whatever we are doing going. Without adequate communication, there's bound to be so much problems. And so we tell couples always communicate. What is the importance of communication? Before we even go into that, welcome, appreciate your being there. Please do let us know what part of the world you're connecting with us from. Then we can communicate better. Yeah, I'm back to the word that I've been using, communication, because when it has to do with communication, one person has to hear you. One person has to understand what you're trying to say. There has to be a center of discourse. Permit me to use the word. There must be an agreement of what you're talking about, and then someone wants to get a better clarity of what you're talking about. So in lieu with that, we have discovered over time that if you are with someone and you are talking and the person is not getting you, then you are not communicating. The most important thing in the overall setting is that let the person understand what you're trying to say. If the person is not getting what you're trying to say, then there's no communication. So the important thing is that let there be communication. Are you communicating? Are you passing message? Communication is a two-way thing. You talk, I talk, the other person gets it. Now, we have found in bits of counseling over time that people talk and yet they don't understand each other. And so when you're talking and you're not understanding yourself, you are not communicating. If you are yelling in communication, you don't have to yell. Most times when couples yell when they are talking, misunderstanding steps in. People don't know what they are saying. So it's better to talk so that people can understand what you're saying. Communication is very vital. Without communication, there's how far that people in it, can go, or people trying to pass a message can go. Imagine being in a classroom and a teacher comes in and try to say something and you're not getting it. the said teacher might just be doing all his or her best, but at the end of the day, the message is not gotten by the person that you are talking with. You might be saying something, but the person you're saying it to is not understanding you. And so there is a breach in communication. And if there's a breach in communication, that person might not respond well as he should to you. Why? Because there's absolutely no communication. And so we tell couples in marriage, we tell people, try as much as possible to make it simple when you're trying to pass a message. If it has to do with couple and it's a serious matter that needs to be given consideration, the best to do at the moment is hush whatever you are doing and give yourself attention so you can listen and get what the person is trying to say. And then sometimes and most times it has to do with reasoning. The person you are communicating or talking with, trying to pass a message to, or trying to rub minds together with, we want to reason to be able to respond to you. So we say intelligent minds often will be reasoning as the communication is the talking or whatever is going on, so the person can respond as they should and as expected. Communication is not what one should toil with. It's very, very important at all times that people should know what they are doing and give time to do it well. We have seen relationship pack up, really sweet, tribe relationship packing up because the persons are not really communicating. The persons are not talking. When the persons are not talking and they thinking that they are talking, there's bound to be, a bridge in the other person trying to grasp or understand what they are trying to say. We cannot downplay the importance of communication in whatever we do. Communication is very vital. When you want to communicate with your children, communicate in the way, not by yelling, the same way to your spouse, the same way to whoever that you love, the same way to whoever that you hold in high esteem. Please communicate like a learned person. Haphazard communication is dangerous. It's not accepted and it's a no-no. Communicate if you must be heard. Communication, just someone comes to say, everybody run, because there is killing going everywhere. The person might not communicate accurately and the person receiving it might not understand, and everybody will take to their heels and begin to run. And in so doing, a lot of accidents could occur. What will be said that has been achieved? Nothing. Because the information that was passed was wrong. There was improper communication, and then the other persons got it wrongly and began to run with it. And they met with Waterloo or accidents along the way. The skill, communication is a skill, and this skill must be learned. You learn to communicate, you learn to hear that is being communicated with. You should have a good listening ability. You're welcome. Welcome, I'm happy to have you here. Please like the live and let us know what part of the world you are connecting with us. I look at on a daily basis what will help people be better version of themselves with time. And so today we are looking at the importance of communication. If we are not communicating accurately the way we should communicate, there's bound to be problems. Communication is very vital, that it cannot be overlooked. In fact, communication, many people in relationship, because they've been hurt one way or the other, decide to keep to themselves. And because they decide to keep to themselves, what will happen at the long run is that they are not talking. Please like the live. Let me know what part of the world you're connecting with us from, and so we can get to know ourselves better. All right? So they keep to themselves because something has happened. Things can happen in relationship, things can happen in marriage, things can happen between children and their parents or guardians. But when there's good, strong, solid communication, issues can be resolved and people will just go on with what they are doing, the normal way of life, and they'll be better because the message has been passed and every party understood what is being passed. When you do not communicate accurately or the way you should, there's bound to be one misunderstanding or the other. Example, I've had a situation whereby a man gets up and in his mind, the wife that he just married should be able to do this, and he said, get me this. And she couldn't even communicate properly that I can't get this done. I do not know how to do it. She got mute and then tried to do what the husband says, and the man came back yelling because she couldn't get it. There was no communication, and this happened once, not just once, 1, 2, 3 times, and before you know it, they began to have problems. They began to yell. The woman concerned began to wonder why the man has turned like this. The man himself, began to stay away just because of the art of communication that was not proper. Before you know what is happening, the thing went to the drain. They began to have problems. Communication is very vital. If anyone, can get to any length as in progress in the career, in the business, they have to communicate with the people that are there to help them get it right. If we do not communicate the way we should communicate, there is always a problem. A city can be set ablaze because someone passed the wrong signal via, passing a message, thinking that he was communicating. Communication is what we cannot, overlook. You have to communicate for the persons you are dealing with to say and know of a truth that you are saying in your mind. Communication is vital. Don't assume that people know it. If they have failed once, failed twice, before you get another failing from them, call them aside and talk about the issue. Find out what the problem is and find a way of trying to resolve it. In the place of communication, we cannot do without communicating. And not just communicating, but communicating appropriately. That's the in thing for the now. Couples, in-laws, lovers, children, and parents, business partners. I call on you today to beef up, go learn, go acquire some knowledge in the area of trying to pass a message. If people must say, lots of people have problems, and for them to live a peaceful life, they must understand the rudiments of communicating. Communication is something that we cannot do without. Communication is a must. Yeah, communication is very, very vital. Are you communicating? Are you really communicating with your spouse? A man met me one day and said she cannot just get it right. I said, how well are you communicating? Said she doesn't talk much. I will talk, and after talking, she gets up and leaves. I said, but you haven't communicated if she didn't speak back to you. Is she talking back to you? Are you talking well to her? You come and then you give all what you want, and then you just throw it, and that is it. That's just the way you want it, and you expect her to take it hook, line, and sinker. No, it doesn't work like that. Everything must be understood. And if the person gets it and refuses to do something about, seeing to it being what it should be, then there's no point. We should learn to communicate. Not downplay on the importance of communication, especially with whoever that you are in their life. People, masses cannot be hearing our government that they are not doing well if the government is actually communicating well and the people are also responding well, and what they are saying is getting back to the appropriate authority or to the bodies concerned. Communication still is a pivot that help things go go on well. Without communication, we are in for a big trouble. Thank you, and see you next in my video. The network seems to be that terrible, and I want to say, please, wherever you come across my channel, Heart Talk Zone with Tina Okonjo, we are all about building healthy relationship and developing a very, strong lifestyle way of living in the people, making the people believe in the positive aspect of life. They can make it, building values in people, helping them to know they can be better than they are, or they can be better version of who they were before they met us. Our interest is to see that people are happy always. And so if you can, please like the live, like my videos as you watch them. Go check out my videos, Heart Talk Zone with Tina Okonjo. If you have not subscribed after watching, please do subscribe. Help us to grow better. Turn on the notification button, and so each time we are live, you'll be among the first to be notified that we are live. Most of the time, I catch myself and praying for whoever that I subscribe to what we are doing or to the channel. And then I assure you they get results. And so please, I want to also tell you this moment that you can make it. Now the topic of the day says, are you really communicating? Each time you find yourself talking with the person before you, your spouse, whoever, your colleague, your superior, whoever, people that you respect, in quotes, do you really communicate in the sense that, do you really pass? Are you sure they're getting your message? Are they hearing you? Are you getting what they're saying? Communication should be consummated with the two parties for results to be seen, and changes must be made in the direction that is expected. And so we encourage people, make sure you're communicating. Don't pass a message. Have you told him? Yeah, I have. What was the response? Nothing. Then you have not communicated. Possibly. That's me talking. Communication is very vital. Do not play with it. When you go to the internet trying to search out for information, what are you looking for? Were you communicated to? What was your response? Was there a kind of change to depict that, you learned something or you got something? If things have not been working well, people have been complaining about one aspect of your life, and then someone decides to come, let's talk about this. Or you went to complain, and someone is saying, listen, I had a situation one time, some couple came to me and they needed counsel. But just like we already know, they will just come up with their problems. They just want people to hear them. Or if it's one person, they will talk, yours, and then sometimes they will start crying. They just want to ease themselves of that burden. They just want to ease themselves of that stress. But in this case, two of them comes and they are there talking. This one have finished talking. They start talking at themselves. They start yelling. They are not listening to the counselor that they've come to meet. You see, in such cases, there is no communication. Because communication is very simple. You could just use 5 minutes and pass the message and the person gets it. But when you talk for 30 minutes, you talk for 3 hours, and nobody's getting what you're saying, nobody's owning up that they need changes in this area or this area, then there is a problem. Then you are not communicating. And as far as there is no communication, there's bound to be huge problems. When someone communicates to you, you need to communicate back to the person. Communication is vital. It keeps the world going. It keeps relationship strong. If you have money and there's no good communication, there is no balance, there's a problem. If you have other mansion and there's no good communication, there's no balance. It has to be balanced. If you're having, how will I call it, good sexual intercourse without, permit me to go there, without good communication, there's going to be problem. The communication is just the in thing. If nothing is working and you decide, please welcome to life with Heart of Zone within our country on YouTube. Yeah, thank you for, I know you know that already. Please like the live, and please, if you can contribute to the topic of discussion, we will appreciate it. Let me know what part of the world you're connecting with. I'm connecting from Africa, West Africa, Nigeria to be precise. The network has just been something else, but we are trying to manage at least to pass a message across to someone. How is your communication level or communicating level, especially with your spouse, with your children? Are you communicating? Remember, man is created to hear something. When I say man, I mean the woman, and the man is created, the children are created. When they're not hearing you, then they are hearing something else. What message are you passing? Are you listening? Are you getting? Are there changes? Are you better than yesterday? Is your relationship better? Communication, people must communicate. Someone will make a fun in those days and said, my mouth is given for me to talk, allow me to talk. It's okay for you to talk, but are you talking intelligently? Are you talking wisely? What is the communication all about? Are you getting something from it? As a person that you are communicating, appreciating the singular fact that you are actually, communicating with them. Are they getting something from you? Are they getting something from you? Is there some kind of headway? Are you making headway? She's not talking, she's not talking. How are you passing it? Environment, the mannerism, the manner in which we pass our message is also very, very important. How well are you communicating? Is there some impulse? Is there some impact being made? Is the person hearing you? When the person that you are living with have not come out to say something, don't assume. Make sure you get the heart of the person. Possibly take your spouse, if it's your spouse, to the coolest of environment and try to know what's going on with them, why they are acting the way they are acting. For anything to go well, there must be communication. Simple. Are you talking? Is the person getting you? Someone will be teaching us a time pass and he says, am I communicating? A lot of people say yes. He asks a question, nobody got the answer. And then he now says, I'm not communicating. Hello, Council Girl, welcome. You're not busy this evening. Hi, I'm happy to have you. I'm dealing on the topic today, communication, communicating, and asking couple, are they communicating? Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate your being there. Most marriages, most relationships, most children or parents with children have problems. In fact, the children are growing. Thank God for you. All right. Oh my God, break. I know that it has to be hourly thing, all right? I know it has to be like some hourly thing. And I've been having so much problems with network too. I hope network is not bothering you, all right? At least I should give you like, let's say 6 hours so that at least you have your other time for yourself. All right, so a lot of children, a lot of parents, because of their busy schedule, don't even understand their children. Before they come back, it's that the children are done with what they're doing, and then they are off to sleep. They are not communicating. And so people are becoming strangers with their children because they are not communicating. So I ask you, if you don't communicate with your child, they will definitely communicate with someone, because communication is something that is a natural thing that God has given for humans to be able to consummate What do I mean? To be able to do. And so if you're not communicating with your children, they'll be communicating with something. It's either in the internet or somewhere. And then they're not talking with you because you are not the one that is initiating their acts, their behavior. Welcome. I appreciate your being there. Please like the live, and then let's go on with the topic of discussion. So it's a two-way thing. You are not communicating well. I love to, the children, I love to talk with them. I love to, psych them. Is it pinch them? Permit me to use the word. Nudge, like, to know what's going on in their mind, because a lot of this can be going on in their mind. You don't know what they're discussing with their friends in school or whatever. And so this woman came out one time the internet, she was shouting out she lost the son. The son actually died later on. Why? Because he was depressed from the problem he had while he was in school, boarding school, and then came back. The trauma never left him, and the parents were never around until one of those days this boy committed suicide. The woman came openly to say it was their fault, her fault. The same way marriages are parking because couples thought they are communicating. When they are talking, the man is either yelling, is in a hurry to dash, to run to the place of business or work. The wife is in a hurry too. Yeah, the boy died. Everyone is in a hurry. They are hurried to send off the children to school. They are not communicating. A lot of things going on in their mind. This other one, a neighbor, the child just ran out of the house with their friends. Why? Over time, it's like this boy has been on his own. There's no proper communication. You're married, you cannot communicate. Take money for feeding, and there's no time. Couples should find good time to have that colonial, that talking. Sometimes just lie down there and just be talking. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, honestly. Because guess what, I have to find time to communicate more with my kids. I communicate, so we sit down. Oh yeah, sit down, let us talk. And they'll begin, no, mommy, nothing. I say, no, there's something. Mommy, nothing. Before you know it, they will begin to hear so many things. They want to just rub minds. They want to talk. They want to talk. The same way, if you're not talking with them, they will grow up not understanding how to talk, even with whoever they are going to settle in marriage with in the nearest future. They are going to have problems. And the picture, I have a friend that is a white man, and he tells me the way he saw the father and the mother relating. He's so scared of marrying. He's so scared. Yeah. She said she's guilty. This man is so scared. That's just the practical example. I say marry. He said he prefers the African. He's looking for an African woman to marry. But at the end of the day, he said he doesn't want, because he has seen it. He has gone through a lot of trauma. He doesn't want anything to make him treat the wife the way the father treated the mother. The mother could not talk. This man was just molested. There was no good communication. No one is a daft. If your wife, peradventure, a man, is not talking so much, make her talk. If you're a woman, your husband is not talking much, there's a lot of things going on in the mind. Or else someone out there will be fooling their mind with some things that might just be surprising to you, and before you know it, it's not our portion. We'll begin to lose our own. Okay, he said, I play with my kids and they gist me a lot, but I still feel it's not enough. Yeah, it's very good to play with them. Oh my God, if you see me, Miley, to play with them and gist with them, yeah. But then if you feel that it's not good enough, just talk it. Each time I'm doing my relationship program, my little girl, my daughter, she's always there. My daughter is 13, she'll soon be 14, but she's always there. She's always there. Yeah, she's always there, and she wants to be like, mommy, this. And then afterwards, she's very excited. She's very excited, she's very happy. And then we'll talk about everything. I don't think there's anything that's with sex education that she doesn't know. We talk about everything. I will ask her certain things, what's happening in school, and she say, because I remember if I am busy and they come to talk, I send them away sometimes. All right, but it's all right if you're very busy and you cannot talk with them. But later on, you call them back and say, well, I was doing this, sorry, I didn't give you attention. What was it that you were trying to? But some of them, based on your temperament, might not even want to answer you. Again, they'll be like, oh, nothing, mommy. But there is actually something. They want a friend. I choose to, you know, stay with, play with my children, or relate with them as friends. I choose to. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yes, I live with them. So I'm like, come to bed. All right, because example, one of the things, the custom in my home is that you must hug. Wake up in the morning, hold tight, hold her tight, hold them tight, hug them. You know, pray for them as they are rushing in to prepare, peg them, and they like it, and that is opening up. You know, a kind of giving more opening for them to trust you and believe in you and tell you what's their problem. So she's running, dashing down to school. I'm hugging her. Say, take care of yourself. Love. It will give them confidence to trust you more than, you know, they can trust any other person. She says, but someone once said that as a mother, you are a parent to your child and not a friend. It depends on the school of thought the person is coming from. You are a parent and you are a friend. That's me. You are a parent, you are a friend. Yes, how long we can have these children? Now, when they grow up, which they will someday, and get married, or they are doing well in their chosen career and they're out of your house, one day they will be out of your house. The only thing that will keep you people going is the friendship. Then it will be said that they are under you now as a mother. You are a parent. Now, I always do it like this. Go understand the role of who a parent is and who a friend is. If you are a parent, if you look at parents critically, one of the role of a parent is to show that dear love, to nurture until they grow to adulthood. But if you're not mixing the two together, the person just says, I always tell people, sometimes the people give advice in the internet are too one-sided. They will just throw it off and then just say it, maybe the way it worked for them or the way it's working for them, and then just conclude. No, there should be a lot of balance. You are a parent, and the role of the parents towards their children, one of them is to show them strong love. Someone out there should not, in quotes, give your child adequate attention, so much love, in quotes, that you are not giving, or that friendship. I will see myself as a failure if my child can trust someone out there, a child that knows nothing, just like basically most of the time the children are their age grades are like that. They are just like them. What do they know? They know to the limit that their parents are not even at home most times can give to them. What would they tell your child? I said what they've watched, of course, in the net, in the internet. That's true. That's me. And so you are the one that's supposed to give them proper guidance. I remember in those days, my daughter came back from school and I was like, this happened. And I said, what did you do about it? She says this, and I said, Mommy, did I get it right? I said, exactly the way I would have done it if I was there. So you see some of that. She came back one of those days, and that, thank you very much. She came back one of those days from school. Thank you. Oh, God, I appreciate. She came back one of those days from school, and I'm so surprised. She said one of her friends, not friends, a classmate called her and said, why was she talking about not, you know, and why is she advising her not to keep male friends? I'm like, what? How many years? What class? What is propelling that? Come. Why is she talking about you? Why is she asking you that question? She said, no, Mommy, no. Because I was telling her no. She said, it's too early to have, you know, male friends. Maybe when they're out of school, maybe when they are done with their, you know, school, university, blah, blah, blah. They were just talking. I wanted to know what was propelling that. She now tells me that they had the lady, the girl in question, has a friend or a neighbor or someone whose male friend or the male friend gives her money at a very young age. This is a teenager. She's a teenage girl. Have a boyfriend that will give her money. So she was contemplating of saying yes. I say, how old? You are 13, just trying to enter 14. What is bringing about that? She said, but then, what kind of friend is that? So, but because she can freely communicate with me, that's why we talk about everything. I'll ask her, did any young man tells you anything? She'll come back. He said someone was just looking at that. I sent her to go and get something for me recently. She was running back and was like, one young guy was calling her. I said, what did you do? He said, mommy, I ran. I walked fast and I left. So if you're not communicating with your children, they will not tell you some of these things. They will not tell you. So it's very important. The same way, it is very, very important as couples for us to enjoy oneness by making sure there's open, communication. I can't see myself not being satisfied over something, and then my husband is not aware. We have no secrets. You communicate. You should communicate. The man should be running back to say, this is how did they put it? This is what we are, trying to get at the moment, or this is what is in at the moment. The woman should be able to tell this is what is in at the moment. Some people prefer better communication with the family they left to come and get married than their spouse that they are now married to now. And they are not addressing the problem, and it's posing a huge, it's posing a huge problem. Welcome, I appreciate your being there. It's posing a huge problem amongst the people, among them. Every other thing, they pick up the phone and they are calling their mom, their father. They are calling their siblings. And I would say very outrightly to them, why don't you stay and go stay with them? Know that you are not yet married. If anything is happening, the first person that we call is their family before they got married. It's not healthy for any relationship at all. And so I encourage everyone, please, God is good and He wants family to work. Let us look at those nitty-gritty that will make your family and relationship work as it should, and measure on it, and then see that it gets better. You are not created to fail. Don't allow for anything that will bring about failure. Communicate, love them, make them know that they are important. And I tell you, as you do so, you will not have any reason to regret at all. Communication is very important. Communication is very vital. All right, so like I was saying, I was already rounding up because I know of the network challenge, but let's keep it up going. Let's beef up our communication level with the people in our life. Let's learn to communicate. It's very, very vital. And there shall be no form of regret as we do the needful. I pray for you that whatever you're trusting for become better, and may it come for you, and may it make your life and your relationship better than it was. I pray for you that joy fill your home. I pray for you that your desires come speedily. I pray for you that your joy will know no bounds. I pray for you that your spouse understands you better. Peradventure, he or she is not understanding you. I pray for you that you be the reason why your spouse become a better version of themselves. I pray that joy fill your home. I pray that you have reason to constantly rejoice. I pray that you have no limits. In all that you do, you have no limits. God bless you, and I want to say, please enjoy your new season. Faithful is God.